Warning, the following is very confusing.
Hello everyone, happy St. Patrick's Day, and so, in honor of the famous holiday, I'm going to be having a theory surrounding it, and I'm going to be talking about Cronby the troll, who is also sort of a leprechaun. So yeah, that's going to be my St. Patrick's Day sort of themed video, and I'm going to be solving a great mystery about this mysterious troll slash leprechaun. But before I continue, I just want to say that there's going to be some spoilers for Deep in the Jungle of Doom. Not going to spoil that much. I'm mainly going to be talking about the villains in the book, like, namely, Cronby. And so I'm not going to be spoiling the plot or many of the endings in that actual story. I've only read just a little bit of that book. Like, maybe 5 or 6 endings, so of course I can't really get into that much detail and spoilers due to that as well, so not gonna ruin that much. So basically, with that out of the way, let's get into this great mystery about Cronby the troll, or leprechaun. But basically, in Cronby's first appearance, which is the Deep in the Jungle of Doom, he basically is a cave troll. Then we get the Goosebumps film, which marked his next appearance, and he is a cave troll. But then we get Goosebumps the game and Goosebumps Horror Town. And in those two selected appearances, he is a leprechaun, not a cave troll. And it's really weird. You can discount Horror Town as, not being canon, because, I don't know, that's a mystery in all itself that I don't really want to get into, but even if Horror Town is not canon, then Goosebumps the game is, and it portrays him as a leprechaun. Cronby is a leprechaun in one that is supposed to be like a sequel or a prequel to Goosebumps the movie, so he is guaranteed in canon form to be a leprechaun, but also he's guaranteed to be a cave troll. And so this video, I'm going to be trying to solve this mystery, and I think I've come up with an answer for this great question. And that is that in the book universe, with all the Goosebumps books and stuff like that, the Cronby, the leprechaun, is the one that lives in the book universe. But in the Goosebumps movie universe, and, like the real life part where R.L. Stine lives and all that stuff, that one is actually real life one. That one did not come from the book. It's its own entity. It lives by itself. And I think in the Goosebumps film, that Cronby was accidentally sucked inside Deep in the Jungle of Doom. And so the Leprechaun one is a completely different one from the Troll one. They're two different things. They both live in different universes and all that stuff. But basically, let's get in our evidence to prove this. And so the first thing is Cronby the troll, not the leprechaun, the troll in Deep in the Jungle of Doom. In Deep in the Jungle of Doom, he asks the reader some questions, sort of like a Gollum scenario. Basically, he asks them questions, and if they get it right, he gives them gold. If they get it wrong, he eats them alive. And so basically, he asks you Goosebumps questions, which is strange, because this takes place in the Goosebumps book universe. This is guaranteed due to the Muglani appearing in Goosebumps the film. So, it's pretty much guaranteed that this book takes place in the Goosebumps book universe. But how is he asking Goosebumps-themed questions if he probably doesn't even know anything about Goosebumps in general? I mean, he even asked a question about the cuckoo clock of Doom. And so, it's kind of funny that how he would know that. First off, if he lived in a book all his life, he would never know that. Second off, even if he was released from the book earlier, and, I don't see how he would figure it out then. In the Goosebumps film, say that is the Cronby that is released by the book, he would have no idea how to find that information in such a short amount of time, especially since he was destroying the city at the same time. I don't know how to get all this Goosebumps information so quickly and not even Slappy knows that much about the Cuckoo Clock of Doom. R.L. Stine said in Goosebumps Night of Scares that Slappy had never read the Cuckoo Clock of Doom. Slappy's 1,000 times more intelligent than Cronby, so don't really see him knowing anything about, like, you know, the Cuckoo Clock of Doom, Revenge of the Lost Gnomes, any of that stuff, unless he is actually from the normal movie universe where Goosebumps books are popular, and that's the way he figured out all this Goosebumps trivia. And further evidence to support this is also from the Goosebumps film itself. In Goosebumps, the film, there's like 2 exceptions, I think. Only an individual monster appeared from each book. And they're really sketchy on that one, too. Like Prince Koru and Neela Ramahat or something like that both appeared from the same book. But Prince Koru could just as easily be Aragotis or the mummies in Curse of the Mummy's Tomb that I think Goosebumps Wiki said actually were in the film. So he could easily be that. And also there's the Vampire Poodle and Countess Yvonne or something like that from the Goosebumps film as well. I can't believe I remember this stuff. But I don't really see her. I mean, it does say she is Countess Yvonne, but she could be practically anyone. There's countless vampires in the Goosebumps universe, especially from Tales to Give You Goosebumps. So that could easily be her, and it could be misidentification. And so it's really sketchy when it comes to that, but it seems pretty obvious that it's very rare for a Goosebumps monster to actually, you know, for 2 Goosebumps monsters come out of one single book. And so, what I honestly believe is that the Goosebumps, that Cronby just joined in the destruction because he's an evil cave troll. And he's not actually the Leprechaun version. Why else would he do it? I mean, I get it if he comes out of the book, but he is an evil cave troll, so, you know, he could just destroy things because he's an evil cave troll. But and also there's the whole Leprechaun dilemma. This one in the Goosebumps books is guaranteed to come from one of the Goosebumps books due to him being a servant of Slappy in Goosebumps the game. It'd be really weird for him to be in the same area as Slappy in the mall at the exact same time as Slappy. I mean, it's kind of weird that Cronby, the cave troll version, is at this point, but it's not as weird for the Leprechaun version, and so I honestly believe the Leprechaun version is not the real one from the book universe due to that. And also, the question or riddle he did ask in the Goosebumps game was not even Goosebumps related, which makes more sense since he probably doesn't know enough about the franchise to ask riddles like that. So, you know, there's that. And so, the evidence I have so far to prove that Cronby is not, the Cave Troll version is not actually from the Goosebumps book universe is due to the fact that he asks Goosebumps questions, which would be weird for the book version of Cronby to answer. And also the whole dilemma between 2 monsters coming out of one book. And so, those are my 2 pieces of evidence. I mean, there's really not much to prove that, but it's the only way for it to make sense, because it's pretty much guaranteed, I think, that the Leprechaun Cronby is the book universe version. I mean, he's not the one that appeared in the book due to the Cave Troll Cronby replacing him, but, you know, and also, it would make sense for Cronby not to appear in the film at all if he was a leprechaun, because leprechauns, I'm not going to get into the folklore of leprechauns because I do not know anything about leprechauns, but I think their main goal is to run away, watch people, wait for people to catch them, or, like, you know, someone has to catch them, and they'll give them a pot of gold or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's the folklore, and so it'd be really weird for Cronby to be in the Goosebumps film, so that explains his absence. Most likely, if it is possible for two monsters to come out of one book. And also, Cronby really wasn't that evil in the book, so I don't see how he would get out in the first place. Because, you know, he's not that evil. But then again, that is the cave troll of Cronby. I'm telling you, I already warned you at the beginning of this video, this is going to get super confusing. But, you know, it's very small pieces of evidence, but still, I think it kind of, it's the only way it makes sense if there is a book universe Cronby and a, you know, movie universe Cronby. And so, I've got a little special theory. I kind of proven-ish that there is two different Cronbys, but then we have this dilemma. Oh yeah, also, one thing I forgot to mention is that Curly recognizes Cronby as the normal Goosebumps book monster in Horror Town. That's what he recognizes him as, which is just the ultimate proof that that is the book version of Cronby. Anyway, that was beside the point. Well, it adds to my point. But anyway, so I've got also another little bonus sort of theory. Just to figure out that where Cronby the cave troll came from. And I actually think he came out of a book himself, but he came from another Goosebumps children's anthology series that came out during the same time as Goosebumps, and that is called Shivers. I think that Cronby the cave troll came out of one of the Shivers books. So, mind you, I've only read like 2 of the Shivers books, and one of them is Terror on Troll Mountain. And so in that book, there is a cave troll, or like a troll or something like that. So I know that one's bigger, but it would make more sense, and the Goosebumps praying mantis and the mantis in A Shocker on Shock Street do have a size difference, so it would sort of make sense. So just keep that in mind. So the height difference could be sort of explained. And so anyway, I think he came from the Shivers book series due to, first off, in the Goosebumps movie, R.L. Stine's name is Mr. Shivers, as his sort of like backup name. And so I think that kind of implies that in the Goosebumps movie universe, that R.L. Stine could have written the Shivers books. I don't know. This is getting super confusing, but stay with me on this one. So, anyway, I think he came out of that book, first off, due to that. And also the fact that Cronby appearing in a Goosebumps game that's called, what's it called? I don't know. The troll version of Cronby, though, appears in a Goosebumps game created by Nickelodeon. I think I did a lot of research before making this video because it was so confusing. My head hurt, actually, after I sort of created this theory. But basically, he came from the Shivers book series due to him appearing in a Goosebumps game that is sort of something Shivers, or Shivers, or something like that. And also due to R.L. Stine's name in the Goosebumps film, Mr. Shivers. There's not that evidence, but I think it's cool, and it is a possibility. I don't know, comment down below what you guys think about this theory. Again, this was so confusing. I said that so many times during this video, probably. But it still is. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. But before I go, I just want to sum it up. And so, basically, I think that there are 2 different Cronbys. One is the Leperchaun version. He actually was in the book originally, but he escaped in the Goosebumps film, probably forgotten by R.L. Stine. He obviously forgot the Invisible Boy and stuff like that, so that is a possibility. And so he ran away, never was caught, and basically the, what's it called? The cave troll version that possibly, it's a possibility, it's very little evidence, but it's still a possibility that he came from a Shivers book. That one got sucked inside the Goosebumps book that R.L. Stine created, and so he was sucked in there. And instead of Cronby, and that's why he says Goosebumps questions in the book. Because how else would he know this Goosebumps information? And so, yeah, that's pretty much the end of my theory. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, comment down below what you guys think. I'm sorry if this one, again, was super confusing, out of this world. Hopefully it's not as crazy as my Grinch theory that I deleted, like, in December. Hopefully it's not as that, not that crazy, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and comment down below what you guys think, your explanation for the changes in Cronby's design. But anyway, guys, that's the end of my video, and I hope you guys enjoyed.